Can anyone with a bit of AI, artificial intelligence, knowledge create a bot from scratch in Diablo 2? Yeah. And is it going to work in Diablo 2 Resurrected? I'm afraid so. But can we use data science and AI to counter any type of bot? Yes. Let's find out. Hi there, my name is Roman. I'm a freelancer doing AI projects for businesses, and I also teach data science and AI in business schools and engineering schools. This bot that you see here is able to do Pindle, Eldritch, and Shank on current live BattleNet. Well, you might be thinking, we know bots exist. Right, true. But what if I tell you that this bot does not need to access to any file on your computer or anything on Blizzard server? And that no hacking skills whatsoever are required to make it work. And that the only input it uses is the same as you as a human player use to play the game. Because yes, this bot only uses what you see on your screen to work. Before we start, a little notice. You should know that bots are forbidden by the terms and conditions of Blizzard, and by no means I intend here to use or promote the use of bots. And honestly, if I were, would I make a public video about it? I don't think so. So this video is here to hopefully bring some awareness about the community and to Blizzard to maybe initiate some actions on their side. If needed, you can find the timestamps below. And now that we're all set, let's start. Now let's go through it together. What you see on the left of the screen is the bot creating and entering a new game. Let's pause from here. What you have on the right are the various screenshots that are taken while the bot plays, approximately 5 per second, and you will see what it's able to see thanks to its AI computer vision. So now let's launch both videos. The right rectangle you see on the right are the key elements that the AI recognizes, such as waypoints, or the life of the barbarian, or the portal to go to Pindle. This allows me to script where to go and heal when needed. What you see now are the red rectangles of the monsters, allowing the bot to click on them to kill them. You might see it does not detect all zombies in every screenshot, but globally it's enough for the bot to kill all of them, Pindle included. I haven't trained the bot to pick up items, mostly because I don't intend to create a fully operational bot. However, I did some tests and it's perfectly able to detect the various names of the items on the ground, and adding pickup on relevant items will not be a problem whatsoever. You will see some misalignment between left and right because the screenshots are not taken as a fixed frequency, but globally they are aligned. In the meantime, you see the bots have moved to Eldritch, and detection of those monsters works much better than with the zombies. One point is that my current algorithm is quite suboptimal. It should be able to take and analyze much more than 5 screenshots per second, but honestly, for what it's asked to be done, it's more than enough. You will see that for Shank, the monster quantity is much bigger, but it's definitely not a problem for the algorithm to detect them. A last point to notice, you might see that other monsters, or some of them, are not detected. It's because I only trained the algorithm to detect Shank and its minions, so the other ones are not addressed and taken by the bots. Now Shank is targeted and will soon be killed, and you'll see the bot will just make a TP and leave the game ready for the next one. So, what do you think? Pretty neat, no? You need to know that creating this bot is in the reach of any graduate student learning deep learning or AI. It does require some knowledge, of course, but it's going to be far more common than people being able to hack some gaming files or hack the servers of Blizzard. So the gaming industry as a whole needs to be ready to face it. And that's what we will talk in the rest of the video. Please note also that I'm not the only one and the first one to show these possibilities. And please also know that we are using today very basic AI to do so. So why are there bots in modern games? There are different theories about it. For D2, one could say that it's a 20 years old game, so Blizzard can't have the money or time to tackle the issue. Well, if you look at World of Warcraft, today, the game is plagued by bots. And people spend $15 per month to play the game, so that can't be the reason for it. The second theory that I read or hear is that Blizzard does not care. Or even worse, that Blizzard have some interest with hackers. I don't know any single company that does not care about its brand image. And having bots in a game that you pay for, that is impacting the fun and the economy of the game, does impact the image of the company on the long term. So I don't believe in this theory either. I think this is much more simple. It is just that they struggle to fight the war against botters. And I believe the reason is that they can't have the best hackers of the world and keep them forever. So it's always a losing battle for them because they always try to catch up with the latest way of hacking their game. And on the long term, it's a losing battle. And I think the state of bots and hack in modern games is here to prove that claim. And I think the problem comes from the way of fighting this war. And currently, how they do it is basically with an IT approach, basically detecting some software or file opening or whatever. And there could go with another approach, a data science approach. And let me show you what I mean by this. What you see on the screen is the analysis made on 10 runs. 5 done by myself playing the game and 5 done by the bot. It shows the cumulative number of clicks done for every run, so on a length of about 2 minutes. You see straight away a significant difference where the bot does at least 3 times more click than myself just because the way I programmed the bot to work. The second chart at the bottom compares 2 runs, one done by myself, one done by the bot, and this time it shows how many clicks were done per second. Can you see the difference between the two? You see my behavior seems more chaotic, while the bot seems to follow some sort of patterns. You have those steady peaks followed by a plateau around 3 clicks per second. Well, data science provides us with a lot of tools to analyze this kind of data with statistics, machine learning, or deep learning. And you know the beauty of this approach? Blizzard could have a huge advantage over hackers on the long term. Why? Because they have the data. They could collect the behaviors of millions of players and use machine learning or deep learning to automatically spot suspicious patterns like this. And this is a simple example here. You could collect data on other buttons or maybe locations if the game is relevant for this. So there's plenty of options. And why this would be an advantage over hackers or botters is because botters don't have this amount of data. So they would always be on the weakest side. So this will reverse the current situation. Could it completely destroy botting? Well, time will say, but I think this would make it more and more difficult, and therefore more and more costly, and less profitable. So I think it might become a more negligible problem in games compared to what it is now. So I don't know what's Blizzard plan for Diablo 2 Resurrected, but you should know that a data science project to fight bots should be able to give some result between 3 to 6 months. So this is definitely not science fiction. This is data science. Um, and I can also think of using the gamer community to help them in the data collection. So I think there are ways to speed the process up. There's a last thing I wanted to share with you, and it's whether or not I think Blazor is late in its adoption of AI and data science. Well, I would say not really. I think they are at a kind of preliminary stage, like so many companies across all industries. I've actually made a check on their job posting page, and it gives a very interesting vision of where they are and where they are heading. But this video is already long enough, so that might be for future content. Anyway, that's it for me. I would love to hear your comments, ideas, and feedback, so don't hesitate to comment this video. Until next time.